Hello, good evening, everyone. I hope that you are doing well, that you are fantastic there where you are. My name is Gerridene Berg. I'm going to be facilitating the information session this evening. If you are invited by someone to be on the call, then I suggest that you please get back to the person afterwards, because what we're going to share tonight is going to change your life if you decide to take hands and join with us. But we are going to keep it at a specific time frame and a time period. So we're going to have a condensed session, which might, some of the information might go fast and you would want some clarity on that. So please get back to the person who's got you on the call. If you are already part of the team, welcome to the information session. It's so much fun to be together online. I know that most of the in-person meetings are also happening at the same time, and that's where the magic happens because you actually sit with the real people and the real testimonies. But I've got the privilege to have most of you online, and I truly, truly hope that your heart is open, that you're in a place where you're still exploring, knowing that there's opportunities available to change your life, that you don't have to stay in circumstances the way your life is looking. But for things to get better, you need to get better. Now, there's a lot happening around us to make us negative. If we switch on the radio first thing in the morning, if we switch on the televisions, if we go onto social media, there's a lot of negative information. And sometimes the negative information shouts a lot louder than the positive information that is available out there. So tonight really is positive information. When I was shared this opportunity 8 years ago, I laughed it off and I said, no, I hope that if you listen to one thing and one thing only, that it's this part. Don't brush it off and don't say no. Definitely don't say no because you've got too little information and you're making assumptions that you think you know what this thing is like or you think you know how this thing works. I wasted 8 months. I wish I could turn back time and say yes to this thing when I was 20 years old, because it has changed my life completely. So, just to share with you some background where I come from, I was born and raised in a loving family. I'm lucky or blessed to say that my mom and my dad are still together. I'm not part of the statistics of a divorced or a child that comes from a divorced home. I've been shown how to love. I've been shown how to do life the right way. So we've been told to study hard, get good grades so we can qualify, go to university, repeat the process, work really, really hard, study hard, get good grades so that you can land a job. But when I was in school, and it was not that long ago, I haven't had my 20-year school reunion, just to give you some background where I'm at. How we've decided on a career for our lives was they told us that there's five top careers or top performing careers that will one day take care of you, and you should land yourself in one of those top five careers. Now, at that point, the top five was either to become an engineer, to become an accountant, to become an architect, to become a doctor, or to become a lawyer. So I went and studied law. I got the degree. And then once I've done my degree, I had to go and do 2-year articleships. Now, to laugh at my salary in those 2 years, I earned 3,500 Rand as an article attorney, which is nothing. And my parents decided that, well, you're earning a salary now. So now you need to learn about saving 10%, tithing 10%, paying off debt. And then whatever is left, that is yours to use. So that was the place of how I was taught about finances. Today, I've learned that I pay myself first and then I pay off everything else, including debt and responsibilities. So I studied law, I went through the articles, I landed a good job, I got paid really well. I was able to pay off my student debt. I was able to become financially independent. I moved out of my parents' home. I paid my own rent. I paid my own vehicle insurance. I paid my own vehicle finance. I've paid my medical aid. I paid what was needed. But after that, I had no money left. Absolutely no money left. I did not have a pension fund. I didn't invest. I didn't have an investment portfolio. And every year I told myself I was still young. I can make up for my pension fund. Then came the year of 2018. I was 28 then. And I started asking questions. At that point in time, I had to leave my house really early in the mornings because a 16-kilometer trip to Rosebank, if I take it at the wrong time, would have been an hour and a half in the traffic and an hour and a half back home. And I couldn't waste 3 hours of my day in traffic. Today, I've got the luxury to drive sometimes in traffic, and I usually sit and watch. I play window shopping in the car to actually see how people look in their vehicles. And most people is not looking like they're having fun in their cars while they are in traffic. And so I stepped into my office the one morning. I had a 2000 plus files around me. At that point in time, I could have picked up any file. I would flip through the file and I would know exactly what's the next step. I love law. I loved what the education has taught me. It's definitely made me streetwise. Everyone needs a lawyer sometime in their life. But I stepped into my office the one morning and I said to myself, is this what success looks like? Coming into an office, working 8 to 10 hours a day and go back home. I haven't traveled. I haven't had the money to travel. I had 14 annual leave days per year. And I can remember vividly that the one year we had a lot of losses in our family and I had to attend those events. I took obviously my leave during the year. And when it came to the December holiday, when the firm closed, my leave was done. So I had a December holiday, unpaid leave. Now, if you know what that feels like, that's literally working every day, overtime, not being compensated for your overtime. And when it comes to the cash out of your leave, your boss then tells you, well, there you don't have leave available, so it's unpaid leave. And that's when I was looking for something else. I was looking for something where I can either work half day, but still earn a full day income. I was looking for something where if I decide that I want to go on leave for 3 weeks, I can still earn an income. I don't have to be physically active to generate the income, but I'm going to make the income. I was looking for something that's going to make me money while I was sleeping. And so my husband, he was involved with this opportunity. He saw the vision long before I saw the vision. He took me to a meeting and I said, there is no ways that I'm going to do this. This is not a business opportunity. This is not something that's going to make me get financially free. And I said no 8 times, 8 months. I said no. And eventually my husband just kept on taking me to the meetings. He said to me, you'll one day see the light. You'll one day understand. And eventually what has happened is at a specific meeting, a speaker said one thing. It wasn't the company, it wasn't the products, it wasn't the compensation plan. It was what this speaker said. The speaker said that if you can work 8 to 10 hours per day for someone else and help them get rich, but you can't come back home a day and work an hour on yourself, you are not tired, you are uninspired. And that is what I was. Today, I know that so many people are not tired. They are uninspired. They are distracted. Their priorities are not in place. And they've settled for the standard of minimum. So what I'm calling you to is to a higher standard. I'm asking you that does your life matter enough that you will sacrifice an hour to become better, to do better for yourself and your children so that your life can change? I hear so many people say they'll die for their children. And I think to myself, okay, will you then stop smoking for your children? Will you consider taking your health or making your health a priority for the sake of your children? Will you go start training, even if it's 25 minutes a day, for the sake of your children? Don't be willing to die for your children. Be willing to live for your children. That's the legacy that you're currently building on. So, what legacy are you building, and what legacy are you leaving behind? Because we are their example. And if you don't think that your example is making an impact in the world, let me tell you, your example is making an impact in your children's life, and you teach them a lot by the example that you're living. And so, eventually, I said yes. I joined this opportunity. I joined the business. I didn't know what to do. I come from traditional based business with a massive employee mindset. I'm not an entrepreneur, or at that point, I wasn't an entrepreneur. I was scared. I was afraid. But what I did is I took the hands of my team leaders. I've asked them to show me, teach me, help me to become successful in this opportunity. And that is exactly what they've done. So with that being said, I had to be teachable, and that's what I'm asking you, to be teachable, to learn new ways from people that are successful so that you can change and transform your life in 2 to 5 years. In 2 to 5 years, I worked an hour a day, every single day, on my sideline opportunity. And guess what? 2.5 years later, my sideline opportunity gave me twice as much as my full-time income provided. In 2020, I faced a retrenchment program again at my corporate company due to the pandemic and the lockdown. My company, or my department, sorry, generated the least amount of fees. And so I faced a retrenchment program, and I was blessed again in my life. We've made it a family discussion, my husband and I. I was going to go back the next day, and I was going to donate my position back to the firm. And that's exactly what I've done. I went to see my boss, and I told him, you know what? I can afford to lose my job, but my personal assistant cannot afford to lose her job. She doesn't have a second stream of income. So what I'm willing to do is I'm willing to step out, and you can take my income, my package, divide it. I don't know what you have to do, but take care of the people in my hands. I'll go away. And I fired my boss. This year, October, is going to be my 5-year unemployable anniversary. I will never again work for a boss. I generate my own income. I'm generating income while I'm sleeping. As you can hear, I'm recovering from swine flu. It hit my home. For 9 days, I was man down. And guess what? In 9 days, my business didn't stop. Production didn't stop. My business is still growing. I'm making more money than ever before. But the amazing thing is, since I've said no, I don't need my corporate salary anymore. I've got passive income. I have never, not once, in almost 5 years, earned less than what corporate paid me full time. Now imagine you say yes to a sideline opportunity, a part-time income that is allowing you to work an hour a day on a job, on a business, a global business where you are the CEO. And you too can one day say that in 5 years or 2.5 years, like in my case, you have had the ability to grow twice as much or 3 times as much passive income from a part-time opportunity. Today, my husband and I are earning 3 times, 4 times more than what corporate paid me full-time. We are financially free. We've got zero debt, and we've got the benefit to serve our household and serve the people that works for us. We are creating jobs through our jobs. We are creating positions through our multiple streams of income. I've got the ability to go into a grocery store, and when the Holy Spirit guides me to bless and lead, I can say to the cashier, there's a lady coming behind me, and I can see that she's struggling. So you know what? I'm putting 1,000 Rand cash on the table. Please pay it forward. Give her the 1,000 Rand, pay for her trolley, and she can cover whatever is needed. I can walk away. She doesn't have to know that it's me, but I can do that for people. I have a voice now that can make South Africa better. And if we can all have that mindset where we say, how can I make someone's life better today? Imagine how much positivity you and I can spread around. So if this aligns with you, this is what we do. This is what we're going to help you. This is what we're going to show you. We're going to start with you. We're going to create financial freedom for your family first, and then we're going to help you to create financial freedom for the families you are influencing, for the families that you have a voice of influence in. So I would like to hand you over to incredible speakers, team members in our organization that's doing the business with us. Some have been in this organization with us since the get-go. Some are relatively new, and they all hold remarkable stories of how something like this has changed their lives. So what I would like to do is I'm going to start with our first speaker. It's Stephanie Jacobs. She's from Pretoria. And can I tell you what I've come to know about this person? She's been in this journey since I've started. She's still in this journey. Nothing gets her under. She knows and understands the value of passive income. She's self-employed, a mother of three, and her story can really speak to your heart. So, Steph, over to you.
Thank you so much, Gerridene. And I'm always so inspired when I listen to your story and your why, when you talk about your journey within this business. And yes, I started with this about, yeah, on the 17th of May, 2017. Now, I'm a type of person that if something doesn't work for me, or I feel, you know what, it's not worth it, then I'm not going to waste my time with it. So it can already tell you a lot about this opportunity. And as you heard, yes, I am a mother of three, and I also have my own business other than this business that we are discussing this evening. And when I decided to join, I realized that, you know what, at this stage, I don't want to give up my flexibility and my time that I have with my children. It's very important for me. I'm very involved in their lives. And yes, I am self-employed, so we really work as hard as the employees out there. But also, when you start with this opportunity, you start using our amazing products. And you're going to hear more about the products later. But yes, my favorite products that I always have in my house is Impact. It's part of our sports range. You don't even have to exercise every day to use it, due to the fact that I work very long hours. Um, I struggle with focus, or I used to struggle with focus and concentration. So I take Impact every single day together with our Catalyst, our multivitamin product, stunning product. If I don't take it one day, I can literally feel the difference. And as well as omega-3, that's obviously very good for our brain and heart health, also amazing for focus and concentration. And when I started with this products 8 years ago, I thought I was okay. I thought I was using my multivitamin at that stage and I'm fine. I couldn't really feel the difference, but I thought, you know what, I'm fairly okay. But when I started using these products and really felt how my health and my overall well-being got affected, I can't believe that I've felt so bad actually all those years before. You know, you get your slumps during the day, or sometimes you just really feel not good. And it's not like that with these products anymore. Even my children, I promise you, we don't have a house doctor. If I need to put a house doctor name on school forms or whatever forms, I put HealthWorks, because whatever doctor is available when we need it, not for illness, but for stitches or sprained ankles or anything else other than illness, that's what I put on the form. So to me, health is very important to me. I think every household and the parents are always concerned about their health. And yes, we as parents need to look after ourselves as well. And I will never ever stop using our products. And as for the business, throughout the years, it has helped me to get my products actually for free. I don't have to pay for my products, and it's helped me to cover a lot of other, you know, unforeseen expenses that we get during our lives, especially with children and all the tours and sports things. And school clothes. It's ridiculous how expensive that is. So this is really an opportunity that can help you to cover where your income that you currently have falls short, and not even to talk about the health aspects. So thank you for letting me share, and I really hope you enjoy the rest of this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Steph. I really, really appreciate your story. And as I've mentioned, seeing your consistency, seeing you doing both your self-employed full-time job and a mom of three, and you still enjoy the company, you still enjoy doing what you're doing. Love having you on our team. Now, the next speaker, I've come to love him personally a lot. I know the challenges in life. I know what they've tried, what they've explored. I know this couple personally. I know that they've tried to explore adventures overseas, has not worked out for them. And I know how it feels when life is not working out the way it should be working out. And you might feel that you're behind, or that you've had a massive loss, or you've lost everything that you've built up in your career. And that's why this testimony of this gentleman always touches my heart. So I'm going to hand you over to another person from Pretoria, and his name is Clark Coetzee.
Oh, thank you very much, Gerridene. You want to make me cry, man. Why do you do that? Thank you very much for the opportunity. And I must just tell you that Heikki and Gerridene Berg are just the most amazing leaders. You heard what she says. They just grow daily. So my story starts, I was in corporate and I working my day job like normal and everything was fine. And I got offered a position in Turkey as a shareholder of a company, a group, and obviously being employed. And so they took us there and we had a look around and we flew back and we decided, yeah, we're going to move. So I sold my house, I sold my furniture, I sold cars, I sold everything. And I bought tickets and off we went. And we arrived in Turkey, and the first 2, 3 weeks is like it's like a vacation. And we were all excited and everything was just working, it was superb. And came to the end of the first month, and I asked, listen, has the company applied for my work permit? And they said, oh, damn, no. Oh my word. So now we were stuck. Our visa had run out, and the company couldn't pay us anymore because I didn't have a work permit. But we got two lovely, lovely, nice advocates that said that they will sort this out for us quickly. 6 weeks later, yeah, we still didn't have a work permit. And we made application. I went for interviews in the immigration department, and they could not tell me why they declined the first one, the first application. And I just said, well, how does this work? And the advocate said, there's nothing in your documentation that states that the immigration had sent them that states why they declined. So we appealed. So that's another 6 weeks, another 8 weeks. So, and, and at that time, now it's 6 months, and I haven't earned a salary, and I'm living off my savings, and the money that I made from the furniture and everything. We furnished our own house there, not our own house, but a rented house, and everything was going great until this all happened with it not being able to earn. If it wasn't for the passive income coming from my wife was doing this business, and she was obviously, you heard Geraldine saying she was generating income, but it wasn't enough to sustain uh, our lifestyle, for instance. But not only that, the taxes and everything in Turkey are just different, and we could not afford to be there. Simple. I was tied up with the rental agreement, so I couldn't get out of that. And so we appealed. The appeal was declined. I then instructed the advocates to launch a, yeah, well, it's like another appeal, and that took another 6 weeks and came back negative again. And we couldn't understand. None of the advocates and the advocates' friends, who are also advocates, could understand why this has happened. So I said, let's petition the immigration. So that's now fighting the government. And that wasn't clever. So, and again, this was now November, and it was declined again. And so we went to Ankara, to the High Court, and the High Court heard our story. And, I was at this point, I'd spent 1.5 million rand. Now, I don't know who walks around with 1.5 million rand in the back pocket and has no income. Well, that's me. And so when we appealed, when we went to the High Court, they came back with in the middle of February the following year and said, thank you for coming to Turkey. We invite you to leave within 7 days, take your furniture and get out of here. I mean, that shattered us. At the same time, the guy that bought my house had not paid a single cent, and our attorneys in South Africa couldn't do anything to fix that. So I was broke. We were at the airport. I was broke. I was sat in the passage. I couldn't buy another ticket because they did the rebates. I mean the penalties I had to pay. That was just a shocker. So, cut a long story short, I had to come home, and so we came back. And the blessing was I came back to my own house with my own furniture, but the car was gone. And we have started again from the bottom up. My pension I get from the money I'd earned over the years doesn't even cover our living expenses. So this passive income business saved our lives in Turkey. There is no doubt about that. We couldn't have lived without that. So thank you very much for the opportunity, Gerridene. And I hope you guys remember, you never know when something's going to go wrong in your life. That happened to me. Thanks, Gerridene.
Thank you so much, Clark. I love listening to this story because sometimes we all get to a place which is called rock bottom. It's not a fun place to be. Hopefully, you get to rock bottom at a much earlier place, it's a stage in your life than what Clark did. But I usually see rock bottom as a solid foundation which you can rebuild your life. And Clark mentioned something really, really well. Are you taking care of the unforeseen things that would happen or can happen? Because none of us are excluded from the storms of life. You don't know what's the next storm or when the next storm is going to hit your life, but are you prepared? And usually, most people are not prepared for those storms. So, again, with this opportunity and with something like this, there is a safety net, but you need to decide that the safety net is worth the take. So I'm going to quickly go over to the last speaker who's going to share why she's doing this business. I love her testimony because it reflects my own personal life when I was desperate to come out and find freedom. So I'm going to hand you over to Elise van der Heever. I didn't realize this, but she's also from Pretoria. It is by accident that all our team members are from the same place. So Elise, over to you.
Thank you, Gerridene. Yes, I don't know what's in the water in Pretoria because we're all from Pretoria tonight. But thank you again for having me on the session tonight. I'm so glad to be sharing with you. And first of all, again, like Clark has also stated, if we've got amazing leaders and people in our teams that is holding our hands and showing us the way on how they got there. But first things first, I am in the corporate environment. I did not think that I was in the need for anything else. But at the age of 34, I had my little one, and being in corporate, I mean, I had a very, very healthy and quiet baby, if I can say that. Maybe I was blessed, but I didn't see it in that way. After a month, I was in a need of being inspired and being motivated and getting up in the morning. So I wanted to feel that I was needed again in the corporate industry, because in corporate where I'm working, it was a very chaos but stressful environment. But being from the age of 17 in corporate, working now up until this year, 24 years in corporate, you get so used to being in the stress environment. It's the way of life. So what has happened after she was born, when she got to 5 years old, and I went to a hockey match. It was a play baby type of environment, but as soon as she had the ball and she was looking up, if mommy and daddy was looking, something told me in life that I have to change. I always told my hubby, he needs to rest now because he's 12 years older than me. But when I go on pension, he must rest now because then I am going to live, and I'm going to live life to its fullest. But since that day, I was starting to question life as I knew it. My dad was very old-fashioned. We had to go to school, and after school, well, just nearly at the end of school, we had to start working and we had to contribute to our home. So I started seeing life in a different perspective. And for some reason, this opportunity crossed my path. But the amazing part about this is it brought me back to reality, where I usually gave my corporate environment 12 to 16 to 18 hours, sometimes not even going to bed. I was questioning that because I'm getting paid for 8 hours. So why am I investing so much of time of my day that I should actually be spending with my family? But why am I investing it into a company where I'm not the owner and I'm not making anything more? The only thing that I'm praying for, and I'm going to say this, is if I go to 65, let me just be healthy enough to actually enjoy life when I get to 65. So yes, I'm so privileged to have found this opportunity. I did question it, because why did I find this opportunity only at the age of 38? I wish I had it sooner in my life. But I'm not giving an exhausted version of myself to my family anymore. I'm giving my timelines that I need to give to corporate, but then I'm working on my dreams and my goals after my corporate day job, because I'm investing now into our family's future, and that's important for me. But the best of it is, and I'm not going to spoil any that is going to be spoken tonight, but the amazing part of this is what I found within the products is, with my little one being in school, but being between kids, and I think if there's mommies and daddies on here, them sharing bottles and them sharing lunch boxes and sweets and whatever, I always had my little one having flu, having a running nose. So it felt like we're not getting over, sicknesses through like primary school and getting to small school before she starts her grades, or grade 1, grade 2. But what I found amazing is being in this or building this business now for two years and about 5 months. I found that Liane is not getting sick anymore. She's not, and this I found within the first year. But what stood out is, and I never realized it, but where other mommies was complaining, I only had my little one at the second year of being in this company and having her on the products. I only found then that she got sick, but that was due to tonsillitis. And that was amazing for me, because then I actually realized, what are we sitting with? And through that, and having the products in our family, in ourselves as well, and I'm not going to speak about Hannes and myself. I didn't think I'm going to need any supplementations, being in a corporate environment, not actually feeling that I need supplementation, but what these products have done for me and the stress levels that I've been having. But the amazing part for me is I'm helping people. And through my corporate career, I always felt achieved, and I always felt that I was needed, and I always felt so excited because I'm getting another department, although the salary was not increased with that other department that I received. But what was exciting for me is, I'm now doing this. I am still working very hard in corporate, but I'm no longer building myself or overworking myself. I'm rather investing my free time that I've got into my career, my business that I've started up, so that we can eventually, and I'm sorry to say this, I love my corporate job and I'll always love it. But my heart is, I would like to, like Gerridene, donate my job back to my boss and say, you know what, you can't afford me anymore because I need to spend more time with my family. And that's what I'm working towards. And the big thing for me is, and lots of people say, when you start your own business, you are obviously getting your passive income, pay off debt, build yourself, and then get another income, a secondary income. But through what we're earning, we're investing it back into communities and we're investing it back into people that can't afford this. But yeah, our aim is to get to the space where we can be a bit more freedom of time and then obviously have our passive income for more dreams and goals that we can get to. Thank you, Geraldine.
Thank you so much, Elise. What Elise has not shared in her testimony, which I'm going to quickly do on her behalf, is she and her husband has never traveled to an island overseas. And last year, through this opportunity, just doing what she needed to do, she qualified for the Mauritius incentive and she was able to spoil her husband for their 10-year anniversary for their first trip in Mauritius overseas. I was also on our yearly incentive trip to the corporate offices in Dallas, Texas, in America with her. She qualified for that as well. So she's really someone that's doing the business, changing lives, and getting the reward of an incentive, all paid, all exclusive paid trip overboard. And so if you decide, hey, all four of us has somehow related to your story, has spoken some truth into your testimony or to your story, then what I can share with you, some good news before we get going, is if you choose to say yes to this opportunity, you can also qualify for a trip to Bali this year, October. Your people are going to show you exactly what you need to do. It is so little, and you will be on the islands of Bali for a 5-day, all-inclusive paid holiday. All meals for free, all drinks are for free, traveling, getting you there, everything's for free. So, I mean, if that doesn't shout, yes, I'm on board, then I don't know what will. So I'm quickly going to put a photo on the screen. This is something when I joined, I was not stressed out about my health. I was 28. Let me tell you, I was fast, I was running, I was doing a lot. Health wasn't one of the problems I had at that point. And I think most of us find ourselves in that place where we can have a million problems in life until your health problem becomes one. The moment your health becomes a problem, that's the only problem that you have. So I'm quickly going to share a few things on this, and then I'm going to introduce the company. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, without number one, which is your health, everything else is a zero. Your dreams mean nothing. Your family means nothing. Money means nothing. Work means nothing. If your health is being jeopardized, nothing in life really matters. So I hope you've taken a screenshot of that. I want to touch on this quickly because there is a product side to this opportunity. Now, like I said, I wasn't fond of the products. The products didn't intrigue me when I got into the company. My husband, however, needed the product severely. It's changed his life in the first 6 weeks. After 9 months, he was able to get off of all his chronic medication for his health challenge. And today he's living free from medicine. Now, please hear me. Medicine is not wrong. Supplementation isn't wrong. We need health. I've just battled a massive flu that's hitting South Africa. And if it wasn't for medical help, I probably would have challenged my health a lot. So I do believe that there is place for medicine. And I know that doctors have saved my life a few times because I have had multiple surgeries in my life. There is a place for this. But what I want to share with you is think about it for a moment. If you are on a chronic script to go to get every single month at your local pharmacy, why is your chronic medication not making you better? Why are you still fighting the challenge? Unfortunately, and this is a very silent voice out there, but our medicine is only treating the symptoms, the first level symptoms. It's not treating the root problem inside your body, inside your health. Now, what we do in our company is we address the root, and the root is cell-to-cell communication. Let me tell you, our human bodies are so amazing. We've got 37 trillion cells running at a massive speed every single day, communicating lots of different signals on every single day. And because of those cellular communications, our systems inside our body, our cognitive system, our digestive system, all of our systems are able to communicate with one another. Now, here's a shocking reality. For your cells to communicate to each other on a daily basis, you need 8 essential glycans. If there's something that you want to go Google, go and Google glycans and cellular communication inside the human body. Unfortunately, you and I are both deprived from these glycans. We are only getting 2 essential glycans in our bodies by the form of the food that we are eating. So the only person that's getting all 8 essential glycans on a daily basis is a little baby that's being breastfed from his mom. Now, unfortunately, I don't know how long my mom breastfed me. I stopped breastfeeding my little one at the age of 10 months. We cannot be breastfed at 4 years, at 30 years, at 50 years. We can't go to our moms and say, "Hi, I need all 8 my glycans. Can you give me some breast milk?" That's not how life works. But I wish someone is spreading the word out there and telling us that the moment that you're not getting all 8 essential glycans, you are going backwards with your health. Your cellular communication inside your body is not where it needs to be. So what our company does is our company research and develops this glycan technology. We are giving our bodies what it needs so that optimal cell-to-cell communication can happen inside our bodies. Did you know that your body also generates cancer cells, bad cells every single day? We are making new cells, but unfortunately we are also making bad cells because of our environment, because of pollution, because of environmental toxins, because of our green harvesting and pesticides. So what does your body do when a bad cells enter the body? Well, if your good cells are able to communicate with one another, then they can go and kill, destroy, nourish, and protect the cells inside your body. We are not taking care of it because we can't see it. It's happening inside our bodies. But we need to know that supplementation today is no longer a luxury. It is a necessity. But most people don't know the alarms that's going off and realizing how crucial supplementation today is. Now, I have first-hand acknowledgement of the products. It has changed my life completely. My product testimony is the following. We've been told by medicine and the medical world that we've got 1% chance to fall pregnant naturally. Now, infertility is a cell-to-cell communication problem. We had to fix the cellular communication inside my body, and that's exactly what I've done. I went onto the products, I invested in my health, I decided that I'm going to do everything possible in my control to change the outcome. And most conditions, most health challenges, most symptoms, most of what you are facing is a cell-to-cell communication problem. If you can get your cells to speak the right message to one another, you can change the outcome of that challenge or that symptom. Now, I'm not saying that our products cure, mitigate, or heal any disease. Here I am with a croggy voice. I can't get my huskies to go and sleep. I've been battling with swine flu. Our products is not a bulletproof, but I promise you, if I have not been on the products, I would have been on a ventilator last week in hospital. So thank goodness I'm on the products that's helping my body to fight. What is shocking is knowing that 24 new autoimmune diseases has been diagnosed last year in 2024. Where are they coming from? Where are these autoimmune diseases? Where are they coming from? Where are they being generated? It's cellular communication inside the human body. I'm saying again, you can have a lot of problems until you have health problem. Then that's the only problem you're facing. I'm asking you again, if you are saying that you are willing to do everything for your children, that you're willing to die for them, then my next question is, are you willing to invest in your health and giving yourself the correct nutrition so that you can become optimally healthy? Unfortunately, there's a lot of products outside there. You need to go and do your own research. Somehow, when an opportunity like this comes to people's way, they become great researchers. But they don't research the crap that they're currently on or the crap that they're currently using. It blows my mind. Let me tell you, most of the products out there are synthetical products. It means that there's synthetical materials inside the products. It is mostly made up of petroleum, rock shaving, and steel. Ingredients that your body does not need to flourish and to be healthy. So our products are plant-based. It's ingredients from nature, from the source. And with the massive research and development inside our products, it is formulated for the human body. Placebo studies has been done, clinical tests have been done on our products so that the human body is getting exactly what it needs to be optimally healthy when you take our products. So our products are NSF approved. Our products has patents on it. It belongs only to our company. You won't find it from any competitor saying that they've got it. We hold a Nobel Prize on the research and the development and the discovery of glycan nutrition technology. So I really want you to go back to the person who's got you on the call and ask them, what is this product that Gerridene is talking about? I want to know more. I'm saying yes to making an investment to my health. What is amazing is we've got a 90-day money-back guarantee on our products. In 90 days, you can use our products. If you don't feel a significant change, you can get your money back. Now, if you want to have a more product-related experience, I want to invite you to our Coffees and Stories session tomorrow night. It is a 30-minute condensed session. Our topic focus is gut health. You would be surprised how much gut health issues happen and how it infects our entire body. So get the link for tomorrow's gut health call if you want a more product understanding to our company. But what is the company that we are talking about? We have taken hands and we've partnered with Manatech, a company that is globally recognized, plus 30 years in existence. It is trading on the stock exchange called the New York Stock Exchange. Our ticket code is MTech. We've been on that since 1999. So what that means to me is we are listed with companies like Apple, Microsoft, and Tesla. We are not an illegal or a pyramid scheme. If we were, we would have been closed down long ago. If you do believe that we are that, I want you to understand that a publicly traded company cannot do illegal things and have their doors still open. I would not have my name and my reputation linked to something that is illegal. So we are registered at the Direct Selling Association. We are being monitored. We are being audited. We have massive compliance to adhere to. But we are safety and we are NSF approved. So what you give your body, or what we say is on our products, is what you will give your body. But what got me intrigued is the ability to make money while you are sleeping. And with that, I want to hand you over to a superhero couple in our business, Johan and Leonie Hatting. They are literally the record holders. They went presidential, which is a phenomenal pin. Let me tell you, the income at their level is to get excited about. They have done this in 15 months. He's going to share his own testimony that speaks volumes of what's happening in households in South Africa. But if average people with no network, but with a voice of influence and they've allowed the system to change their lives. And they've come in hungry, and they've come in teachable, and they've learned to become entrepreneurs, and they've learned to keep their dreams sacred and build on their dreams. Then someone like you can also achieve it. So I'm going to hand you over to Presidential Director Johan Hatting, who's also from Pretoria.
Hello, hello everyone. It's Johan here. Thank you so much, Gerridene. Yes, it's. I think Elise did say it. It's something in the water tonight, with everybody being from either Pretoria or Centurion. We're from Centurion, and I'd love to be on this call with you tonight to share in the excitement of what we have. This is a life-changing opportunity. It's really changed our lives. And Gerridene, I'd like to say thank you to you and Heike that's actually introduced myself and Leonie, my wife, to this amazing business 6 years ago. Yes, and I think what Gerridene wants me to say is a few things just about the products. Leonie and I are eating all the products. We have not missed a single day since we started the business, eating all these products on a daily basis. And we've been healthier than ever before. I think for the exciting part of what's happening to us, I've lost an amazing amount of weight as well. Call it fat if you want to. And I didn't plan it. It just happened. And that's what happens with when you eat the right food, when you feed your body the world's best nutrition. Maybe just share with you this part. I know this is going to resonate with some or at least one person on tonight's call. I've been working all my life in the corporate environment. I've been in the banking industry for the last almost 27 years. And I've actually went through, I think it's 13 restructures. Now in the banking industry, restructure equal retrenchments. So I've actually managed to miss all those retrenchments 12 times in a row. The 13th time was last year, August, and I didn't miss it, or they didn't miss me. Now, you come at a point in time in your life where you say, but why me? And then you realize someday, why not me? So I'd like to say to everybody else on the call tonight, there's hope. There's hope out there. Once you have hit rock bottom, like Clark is mentioned as well tonight, the reality is there's a better way than corporate. To us, we've been doing this business now for 6 years, and we are definitely not looking back ever. So for us, it's become a way of living. It's what we do, and we would love to do this for the rest of our lives. I have a few minutes, and I'm going to share a few slides with you tonight on how to make money. And I think it's for my sins, because I've been in the bank. Everybody thinks I know how to make money. The interesting part is when you come from the bank, you're probably furthest from the money. You work with it, but it's never yours. So I'd like to tell you that in this business, when you work this business, the money is yours. We obviously share as much of the information as we can with people on a daily basis. And I'd like you to understand that we're not selling anything. We are just sharing love. We're sharing the results of these amazing products. So for a customer, when we introduce a customer, we create an online profile. The beauty about this business, everything is online. We don't touch people's money. We don't touch their products. So when we create an online profile, that profile is free for customers. They don't have to pay anything. Customer then selects what products they want, similar to Takealot. They select the products, put it in their basket. They pay for it directly to Manatech, and Manatech delivers the products to them literally within 5 working days if you're in South Africa. That's the one way. And I always love the way of actually getting involved with a company, because that's one way that you can actually test the true nature of this amazing product and a company. The second way is you could become an associate. Now, Leonie and I are associates. Heike and Gerridene introduced us to this amazing business. They are associates. So you can help a lot of customers in this business. And on top of it, you can recruit other people to become associates. Now, when you use the products, there's an amazing discount. The company gives you a 20% discount, which they refer to as loyalty points, that you can redeem from month 4 onwards, remember the first 3 months we have a 90-day money back guarantee. I haven't seen another company that's giving you a 90-day money back guarantee. It's actually unheard of. So where to start? And I think it's actually important to understand that what I'm sharing with you tonight, there's nothing that you must do. There's only things that you want to do. So you can ask the person that's got you onto the call tonight to tell you about the 3 best products, or any 3 products, or 4 or 5 or 6 products. You can actually use as many of these products as you want to. Leonie and I are using all of them, just so that you know we're not discriminating against any of the products, because they're just super special. And what you need to know is, when you order about 3 products, you're going to pay in the region of 1,500 Rand, and that equals to 100 point volume. Now, what is a point volume? Point volume is literally the currency in which the company trade, because we're in 48 countries at the moment. So you must understand that that's the way that the company use. They take the product, each has their own point volume, and around the world, that product has exactly the same point volume. And you purchase it, and the company, no matter where you are, no matter in what country you are, and the company takes that point volume, turn it into rands if you're from South Africa, and you get paid in rands. And if you're in the USA, you'll get paid in US dollar. And that's the beauty about it. So just become a product of the product. The slide that you're looking at now is quite exciting. This is literally what you can do from a customer perspective. So how many customers do you need? I don't know. The company says just have more than 2. If you look at the slide, it's literally about every customer that you introduce to the business the first time, that first month that they place an order, you qualify for 20% of their total turnover value. And what happens the second month? Because everybody that goes onto these products stays on these products for years. I think the average person uses these products for about 13 years. Last time we checked. And the interesting part here is, if you look at the percentages on the side, remember I said about the point volume. So let's say you have 2 customers and they have each 100 point volume. You will earn 10% on that on month 2, and that equates to roughly about 300 Rand. If you take a look at your turnover and you increase that to 500 point volume, that the company ups the percentage then to 15%. That's in excess of 1,000 Rand, and it keep on growing. And beyond 10,000 point volume, the company ups it to 30% a month, and you're now talking about 45,000 Rand plus. And the beauty is there's absolutely no limit. You can have as many customers as you want to. You could earn 100,000 Rand a month if that's what you want to do. But the second part, and I love the second part, we love talking to people. We love sharing this amazing business opportunity with as many people as we can. You can introduce 2 people or more, but let's just understand what happens. If the bottom circle is your business, it's your online shop, you introduce 2 people to this amazing business, you assist them, you work with them and help them to get their customers. The moment they have more than 500 point volume, you have, for argument's sake, more than 500. The company at that point in time is going to pay you an extra 1,000 Rand. And this is the principle that I'd like you to understand tonight. For the first 2, it's 1,000, and then it keeps on growing to 1,500. The next 2 that you help, 5 and 6 is another 2,000, up to 10, where it's another 2,000. So you can see very quickly here, you can earn more than 8,500 Rand just from helping other people, earning an extra income. Now, what you want to know is this slide, and the detail here is phenomenal, and it's exciting. And every time that I look at it, I get all excited all over again, because I understand today that anyone on tonight's call, everyone, wherever you sit, I am just a normal person with an extraordinary dream, with extraordinary maybe excitement, and you can have that as well. Somebody said to me the other day, you must be on something, and I said, yes, I'm on white powder. It's called ambrosiose, and I have a better life than ever before. If you look at what we share with you here, look at the customers, for argument's sake, and let's talk about customers only. This company offers about 8 different bonus structures. I know Gerridene wants to say, sorry, I've said 6. I know Gerridene wants to say 7. And the 7th one is the holiday that she has spoken about. But let's talk about the 6th then. 6 here is bonus structures, is where you literally grow your income and you can keep on growing it. Let's say you have 5 customers and 2 of your friends have 5. That collectively is 15 customers. Your over and above extra income could be then up to 3,000 Rand. When you keep on growing your team's customers, your team's customers, your income could grow to 10,000. And when it gets to 200, at that point in time, it could be 20,000. Now, the interesting part here is you already at this point in time, when you're 200 customers and you with all your team members, the interesting part here is that you're already feeding 200 kids on the Mission 5 Million program. So you close to kids and you want to feed kids for free, they get a free product on this from this amazing business. The company gives it to kids from the turnover, not from the net profit, from the turnover. So you can keep on growing it to 400 kids, to 800 kids, to 1,600, to 2,400 customers, and of course kids. And the interesting part is if you keep on looking at how the income will grow, and this is the part that really excited me, because Leonie started, my wife started this business, and about 3 months into it, I said, how much was your income? And she said to me, 3,000 Rand more than last month. Now, I don't know if you in corporate can actually increase or help that your salary increase, but here you can determine the income. So for me, it was really about the excitement. This business is, you can do it part-time. It's really online. No risk. You cannot lose any money. This is as legal as Gerridene said ever. Nothing comes close to it. Unlimited income, global business, and you can have that amazing incentive structure or holiday that Gerridene has told you about. So the interesting part here is that it's a turnkey business. It's all about teamwork. And I think Leonie and I looked at this business when we started, and that was what really excited us. It was about the teamwork. You're just never alone. And in this business, we now dream, we have goals, and there's an enormous amount of resources that you can tap into become successful. So you're never not going to know what to do. And the company allows you to do just about, you name it, you can do it. We've mentioned the 90-day money-back guarantee, and the company has got a leadership training or system that's built into this amazing system. So I'd wish for everybody on tonight's call, join us, make sure that you change your own life. First of all, change other people's life, help as many people in South Africa to earn an extra income. I think we owe it to ourselves and you owe it to them. On that high note, I'm handing back to Gerridene on this note. Thank you, Gerridene. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Johan, for your time. I really appreciate it. I want to salute them. They are actually holding an in-person meeting in their living room, and Johan is online showing the plan. So if you are inside their home and you're a guest, thank you for allowing him to come and share. As you can hear, my voice is not keeping up. So Johan, you did a phenomenal plan with the compensation plan. Guests, as I've mentioned, they are record holders in our company, 15 months to presidential director. Sign up, say yes. They're going to show you exactly how to do it. So I think when we close, I've got so much that I can say. I can keep you for another hour because I'm really excited about this. But I want to share the following. You are probably thinking 2 questions right now. Can I do this? And are you going to help me? And both those answers are yes. Yes, you can do it. Nothing in this opportunity is hard work. Let me say it like this. Nothing that we do inside this opportunity is difficult work. You're not going to break your back. You're not going to blow your mind. You are going to learn how to become a professional in doing what we're doing. We've got tools, we've got a system, we've got resources, we've got events, and yes, you can do it, but you're going to have to decide why you are doing it. What is the reason you are doing it? Because you want to change your life. In the next 6 months, I want to have different results than the first 6 months of 2025. I want to be at this place in my life at the end of the year, and I want to know, how can I get there? You need to decide what's your reason. I can't decide your reason for you. My reason was I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I wanted the pleasure of giving my little one all my time. And today I've got the luxury. I can decide whether she's going to go to playgroup or stay with me. I can decide every single afternoon if I want to go do something with her, even if I'm just at home on my knees building puzzles with her. This afternoon we've been at gymnastic, and to see my little 2-year-old jump on the courses, jump on the trampoline, and turning around, seeing my face, mommy is there, gives me the uttermost pleasure knowing that I'm giving her all of my time. And so my decision, or my why, was my little one. My second why was that I wanted to become financially free without breaking my back. Elise has said, if she's going to be 65, can she at least be healthy? I've decided that I'm 30, can I please be healthy? If I'm 40, can I be healthy? I don't want to slave away my time and selling my time for money. And so our mission, my husband and I, is we want to create 100 new millionaires from this opportunity. We've done it for ourselves. We want to do it for you. And so we are holding hands of people who's doing exactly that. Johan and Leonie is a couple. Elise and her husband is a couple. We've got lots of people in our team who's doing exactly that. So are you the next person who's going to say yes? And are we going to help you? Yes. Our team believes in servant leadership, and we can only get in life what we want if we help enough people to get what they want in life. So yes, you're signing up with a team that's got the best interest and that wants to see you successful. They're going to show you the way. They're going to show you the system. They're going to show you online. They're going to hold your hand every single step of the way. So I'm going to close off with the following, and that was my determining factor, is I'd rather be financially blessed because I was curious than financially broke because I was skeptic. Don't go to the person who does not have what you want in life and go and ask them for advice and go and ask them if this is a good opportunity. Ask the person, sorry, who is successful in what you want in life, be it financial freedom, be it time freedom, be it someone who's got a positive attitude. Go to the people who's got what you want and ask them how to do it. I'm willing to pay my mentors in my life. I've got a spiritual mentor. I've got a financial mentor. We've got so many mentors. We've got 5 mentors. I'm willing to pay them time in their calendars to show me how they got where they got. Are you willing to go all lengths to get what you want in life from the people who's walking the example? Get back to the person who's got you on the call. They've got so much to share with you. You're on their names list for a reason, because they see potential in you, but they also see the potential in what this opportunity can mean for your life. So I hope we meet in person. I hope you say yes to something like this. I hope that you're exploring. I hope that you're excited about your future. I hope that you know that you're not a tree, that you're not stuck. You can change the course of your journey. It's not going to happen overnight, but it can happen with one single answer, which is yes. So make the decision, get the information that you need, make a decision out of wisdom and not because of a lack of knowledge, and change your life because you owe it to yourself. Thank you for your time. Have a good evening, and I hope I see you tomorrow on our product presentation on gut health.